Şimdi küresel başka bir perspektif. Eminim bundan da çok keyif alacaksınız. Singapur'dan bir konuşmacımız var. Hatta BytePlus ile yıkıcı yapay zeka teknolojileri üzerine bir konuşma yapacaklar bize. 2 tane misafirimiz var. Yang and ve Behiç Uzel'i sahneye davet ediyorum. Hello, the stage is yours.
Hello. Right.
Öncelikle teşekkürler bize bu fırsatı verdiğiniz için. Sunumumuz ağırlıklı İngilizce olacak ama ben çok kısa bir Türkçe girizgah yapıp sonra sözü Yang Kang'a devredeceğim. Ben Behiç Uzel, BytePlus. BytePlus, ByteDance'in yani TikTok'un arkasındaki şirketin teknoloji şirketi. Bizim aramızdaki ilişkiyi Amazon, AWS gibi düşünebilirsiniz. ByteDance'in başta TikTok olmak üzere geliştirdiği teknolojileri özellikle AI ekosistemine, bunlar oyun geliştiriciler olabilir, uygulama geliştiriciler olabilir, teknoloji şirketleri olabilir, sağlayan çözüm ortağıyız. Grubun bir parçasıyız. Bugün de size yapay zeka teknolojisinde biz neleri farklı yapıyoruz, kendi açımızdan neleri sağlıyoruz, hangi ürünlerimiz var, genel perspektifte bunları anlatacağız. Teşekkürler geldiğiniz için. Ben sözü Yang Kang'a bırakıyorum. Ben de ara ara belli yerlerde Türkçe giriş yapıp en azından önemli konuları bir tur daha altını çizmeye çalışacağım. Tekrar teşekkürler geldiğiniz için. White, please.
All right, thank you, Behiç. So glad to be here. And my name is Yang Kang from Singapore, the headquarters of BytePlus. One of the exciting things is that we realize Turkey is really one of the most vibrant AI community in the world. And then we are releasing a lot of new things every month. So everything has been released. It will unlock a lot of new use cases. So today we are going to showcase some of the capabilities and latest progress from BytePlus together with you. All right. All right. So let me get started with this thing. So in general, AI, how do we envision AI? So essentially, AI, basically it is about the compute as the foundation. And then on top of it, we are building agents and also the latest models, the greatest models. So, and then as you can see in this diagram, there is a good foundation of agent development kits. There is the models to generate contents, who understand contents and able to build agents. So today I will basically start with some of the latest models and showcase how that looks like. So there are 4 models that today we are going to showcase. The first thing is basically including C-Dream 4.0, which is the image model. C-Dance 1.0, it is the video model. OmniHuman 1.5 and C 1.6. Each of them is ranked in the top tier in the world. So let's see how that looks like. C-Dream 4.0 first. We are quite proud that we released this 3 weeks ago, and then very quickly we are ranked world's #1, just overtook Nano Banana, which you probably have heard of. And then right now we have the usage of this model just over it. The usage of the model is several million pictures every day, so it's a very big thing. And then some of the highlights include, for example, 4K images, thinking models, and so on. I will showcase how that looks like. Let's do the simple prompt first. So this is a picture of the room, and then how about we do a simple prompt? Turn on the lights and brighten up the living room, and it's still evening outside. So let's try it. So here it goes. So the room is brightened, and outside is still evening. So that is how easy it is as the starting point. So next, let's do something a little bit more complicated. So I have this model in the picture, and then I want the model to wear glasses. I want the model to wear the suits, which I have the reference picture on the side. So if I put a prompt like that, basically it's creating 4 poster image, and then in different styles with different flowers. So how would that look like? It looks like this. So as you can see, this is probably the first model help you to create a sequential image and then keep all the items consistent, no matter the items and or the model itself. And then of course you can create up to 15 images, and there will be more use cases around that. We're coming to that. So next, how about we do something more? We let the sequential image to tell a story, for example. So if you look at the bottom, there are two cartoon characters, basic image of the character, and then I want to write a story around these two characters. Let these two characters fight. So these are the sequential images that we built. Basically, there are six images tell a little story, and then you can see that has kept all the consistent. You can realize the consistency of the background of the scene and of the character, and then that basically unlock a brand new use case to create long videos, to create AI cartoons, because using Seedream 4.0, you have the perfect solution of keeping everything consistent. Then if you connect them into a video, that will be a fantastic movie. So, and then what else? How about I want to change the style of the image? So for example, if you look at the real person, I want to turn that into the cartoon style, and then how about I turn the oil painting into Renaissance style. So that basically unlocks all the imaginations about how do we want the image to be. And then the next thing, how about I use image generation to do design? So if I want to design a package, a box, so I do the handwriting, and then I do the sketch, and then after that, image generation can help me to generate the result of the design. Or if I design a logo, and then I put my reference image as the item, then the model is able to help me to put that logo into the item and showcase to me how that's going to look like. And then basically have its own design thinking to tune the logo a little bit to fit into the items. And then aside from the product design, how about the understanding of the model? So when we talk about prompt accuracy, so all we hope is that the model understands the prompt 100%. But how do we ensure that? So it is not just understanding the prompt. It is basically able to do reasoning from the prompt. So for example, the image at the bottom, so it is basically the clocks. So it is not just realizing the numbers. It is realizing it is a clock, and then the numbers in there, it is basically time. So I can tell what is the next minute, and then it basically tell me 12:51. So that is the combination of understanding prompts plus reasoning and generating an image. And then the next is that what if I have multiple references, and can I use that to do better designs? So as you can see, for fashion AI, for interior design, I just need to upload my elements, the sketch, the drawings, and then the basic items, and then I can visualize that in various scenarios. So I don't have to use the traditional tool to do this. AI is basically generating all of this already. And then the last thing, which is one of the really popular thing that all of our customers told us. So many of our customers feels like all the other models are generating 1K or 2K images. And those are good, but not enough. So when we talk about designs, when we talk about the frames, the key frames of the video, 4K image is the must. So right now, Seedream 4.0 is very widely adopted in design and video generation because it is 4K images. So those are some of the showcases that about the Seedream 4.0 in the image generation. And then next, just now we talk about connecting the images into videos. So how do we do that? Seedance 1.0, that is the answer. So Seedance 1.0 was released in May 2025, and then last week we just had a major upgrade. It is basically including the first last frame. So basically, you can use both images as first frame and last frame, and then that basically gives you a lot better control. So let's show you some of the cases that what CDance 1.0 could do. So let's talk about the camera movements and the realism. So camera movements is very important element when we do creativities. So camera has its own language. So let's see how the model understands camera. So this is a camera. This is a multi-shot camera in the small town. This is a camera for a person, and it showcases the person's detailed emotions. This is a camera basically fits to multiple person in the fighting boxing scene. So after camera, then what if I do something fast, basically sports. So let's look at ski. So the camera is able to fit the fast scenario and then basically keeping all the backgrounds consistent. Same thing when we do the motorcycle, and then when we do skateboarding. So that is the capability around camera movements, consistency of the character, consistency of the backgrounds, and then basically let the camera tell the story. So aside from the realism, what if I want to be more creative? So then I can first, just now we talk about the stylized images. So then the CDance 1.0 is able to make it move. So for example, this is one of the examples how we let the stylized image move, and then this is letting the hand sketch move. And then this is widely used in many of the educational use cases. So the museum, they want to attract the younger generation to look at the arts. So how about we make it move so that people are getting more attracted or more people will be interested? So these are some of the fundamental capability of the CDance 1.0 to generate basic videos. And then what else? So after I have, so just now we talk about how people move and camera control. And next, if I want to let people to talk, if I want to let people to sing, what if I have an image of the person, I have a soundtrack, no matter it is a voice or it is singing a song, then can I simulate the person to speak and sing? So I will let the digital human to tell you how that works.
OmniHuman generates video using an image paired with an audio file. It supports images of any aspect ratio that include a human figure. When combined with audio, it produces vivid, high-quality videos where the character's emotions and movements maintain a strong correlation with the audio. Furthermore, the model demonstrates a certain degree of generalization capability for animated and cartoon-style person images, thereby enabling its extensive application in scenarios such as content expression, singing, and performance.
All right, so as you can see, this is a single person talking, and then some of the highlights, so it is real. Basically, all the emotions and then all the hand gestures is actually aligned with the content and then the emotions of the speech. And then it does singing as well. So this is the basic idea. This is the basic capability. And then what if I have two person in the image? Then can I control who does what, and how do they interact with each other? Let me show you the next model, which is OmniHuman 1.5. That was released also just last week. So let's talk about this. First thing is 1080p resolution, and the multiple person video creation up to 5%. Text prompt input, image, and voices, and then so that we have better control of the multiple person interactions. So let's take a look at how the first thing looks like.
Midnight, cities breathing slow. We're standing under the neon glow. Every instinct tells me I should go.
right, so that's basically how we can let the text prompt to control two persons singing into each other. And then next, what if I want to generate the whole body movements in a complete scene with a speech? So this is the image that we upload with Albert Einstein, and then we want him to teach a class.
But the mathematical description of velocity is moot, unless we can define time. Is time universal? In other words, is there an audible tick-tock throughout the galaxy? A master clock, so to speak, forging ahead like Mozart's metronome? They are.
All right, so that's basically to demonstrate how we can let the text to control the person's movements and then let the people to talk. So that's basically opens another use case about how we can generate a better video with people sing. So after that, what if I want to connect the image generation, video generation, and the omni-human together and create some really useful videos? So the workflow builder is probably the answer. So as you can see, we have been integrated with a lot of workflows, for example, Comfy UI and so on. And then we have our own workflow tool. It's called a Hi Agent, basically help you to create a really industrialized professional videos. So here are some of the adoptions from various industries. So the first thing is a product display. It basically showcases how the video is keeping the texture, the color of the cosmetic, and then how the video basically change the dress, change the clothes of the model. And then the next thing is how do we do pre-visualizations for movie studio industry, having the accurate control of the person and then the backgrounds. It also has been widely used in advertisements and generating creative advertisements and then the product demonstrations. Also for gaming industry, cartoons, we can create trailers from the cartoons. So Super Mario and so on. And then the next is something that I want to showcase to you. It's about a movie. So we use these three models and then the workflow and then generate a movie for you. Let's do that. So that's a simple movie that we generated. That is a demonstration about how do we connect various video clips together, keeping all the characters consistent, and all the images are generated according to various styles and so on. So aside from the content generation, the last thing I want to share with you is about agents. So when we talk about agents, agents can do a lot of things. And then I will spend the next 3 minutes to illustrate how an agent can be very simply created in BytePlus. So the first thing is Seed 1.6. So Seed 1.6 is a thinking model, basically help you to think, to understand from the videos, from the images, and then make sense from it. So from that capability, this is the ranking. So we get a very high score among all the mainstream models. And then so once we have the model, and then so basically the model can do several things. Basically understanding the e-commerce images and then tell me about whether it is the same item, or it understands the real-time visual intelligence with the video streams, solving math problems, and then the interactive entertainment and so on. So once we have that capability, the next thing is we want to build a context. So all of us know that model must go with context, no matter it is in the document, in the knowledge base, or in the MCP tools and so on. So this is a typical architecture that we have for you to build a context. This is actually the architecture that we actually implemented in one of the financial advisor company in Hong Kong. And then I will show you how to create an agent of analyzing stocks within 2 minutes. So this is the screen. So it starts with this. So the first thing is that I want to upload my tools, MCPs. Basically, this is a simple file, tells each MCP what does it do. And then in the stock analysis, there are more than 100 MCPs I need to involve. For example, the stock price, the past analysis, the company financial reports, and so on. All these are tools that is involved in the agent. Basically, the agent needs to analyze them all. So essentially, this is just that we uploaded, we tested one of the tools, and then now we are verifying all the tools in a simple user interface. Basically, that has all of my tools. And then over here, I'm giving some context about which tool is doing what, and then how every tool, which role to play of each of the MCPs, which is tools. So as you can see, there are multiple tools to track the company profile, the stock price changes, their past analysis, and so on. And then next, we get into the agent development kit. And then I'm ready to ask questions. So for example, if I want to ask, what is the opening price of a company last Friday? And it basically tell me to do a deep research, checking all the tools, checking all the data, and then give me a simple answer, basically the price. And the next, how did it perform last week? So it basically go back to another different data sets, and then find out what has happened last week. And the next, I'm going to get into a little bit difficult question. How about giving me a technical analysis? So how the MACD, how the moving average, how the Boolean channel looks like. So it gives me a report according to the tools that I provide. And then the next thing is that how about I do a synthetical analysis. Basically, that is going to be more formal report. So it calls more tools among the more than 100 tools that I uploaded, and then it gave me a result, and then generates a financial report for investors. So that is something really happening in the financial industry today, and then they are building the capability on BytePlus. So those are some of the showcase that we prepare for you today. I hope that you get some idea about what BytePlus is doing.
Yeah, thank you very much, Yang. Vakit ayırdığınız için teşekkür ederiz. Standımız mevcut. Detaylı sorularınız varsa bekleriz ama tüm modellerimiz özelinde özellikle Türkiye AI ekosistemi bizim için çok değerli. Aslında Türkiye ile sınırlamamak lazım. Türk AI ekosistemi dememiz daha doğru olur ve tüm endüstri player'larıyla da çok yakın çalışıyoruz. Gerek Fal AI olsun, gerek Each Labs olsun, gerek Viro olsun. Buralardan da modellerimize erişebilirsiniz. Doğrudan bizlere iletişime geçebilirsiniz model kullanımınızla ilgili. Yine Türkiye'deki özellikle AI App ekosistemiyle de çok yakın çalışıyoruz. Codeway ile, Habix'le, AppNation'la, Teknasyon'la güzel başarı hikayelerimiz var. Gerek AI tarafında, gerek short drama tarafında, dikey dizi tarafında. Kapımız tüm uygulama geliştiricilere, tüm oyun stüdyolarına, tüm girişimcilere açık. Özel yine modellerimizi kullanmak isterseniz girişimcilere özel yine test kredilerimiz var. Tüm enterprise müşterilerimize yönelik yine test kredilerimiz var. Yine doğrudan da belki diğer büyük teknoloji devlerinden farklı olarak da doğrudan da ürün ekipleriyle sizi temasa geçirebiliyoruz. Yani bir ürünümüzü kullanmak istediğinizde ürünü geliştiren ekiple de gerekirse sizi online ortamda aynı masaya dahil edebiliyoruz. Modellerden ya da teknolojilerden maksimum verim almanız için de elimizden geleni yapıyoruz. Sorularınız ve detaylı sorularınız varsa seve seve standta cevaplamaktan memnun oluruz. Tekrar teşekkür ederiz geldiğiniz için.